Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Very important hearing, more important than a lot of other things that we do up here. Mr. Gonzalez, you mentioned something that Mr. Morelli said, and I agree with, that it's important to reveal all aspects of our past, good, bad, indifferent, and allow individuals to really draw their own inspiration and conclusion of that. Do you agree with that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Is it possible to reshape, or as the word that we've heard here, reframe, the truth of our past by only highlighting one aspect or displaying one aspect of it and not the entirety?
Yes, it is, and I believe that's what the leadership of the Smithsonian is doing, and they're telling us they're doing it.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Anderson, we've heard as my colleague over here and friend, Mr. Morelli, adequately quoted the second line of the Declaration of Independence, and we've heard how that has been a focus, especially during the 250th anniversary, and that is incredible. There's other aspects of that incredible document that are important too to our past, and one of that is the last line of the Declaration that says, and in support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence. Faith played a huge role in the beliefs and the founding of our nation. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Do you see that that aspect of our founding and through various aspects of our past is also adequately displayed within our museums?
No, it's essentially invisible. By the stone copy of the Declaration of Independence, a very valuable object in the museum, the words endowed by their creator are taken out of the reference to the Declaration of Independence. A key part. The freedom of religion, such a huge aspect of our Constitution, of the First Amendment, not discussed at all in that relatively paltry section of the museum that deals with the American founding.
So there's another aspect of this, and it's interesting because as a historian myself, who's also published books on American history, today we go to the archives and we're going to see the original copy of the Declaration that was passed by Congress in 1776, and there's 27 grievances. However, true history is there were 28 grievances listed in the original draft of the Declaration, the 28th grievance being a harsh condemnation of slavery and the slave trade. It's hard to find that in any of the museums that I have been going to. Have you seen that aspect of the efforts to abolish the evils of slavery actually began in the very beginning of our nation?
No, I have not seen that represented, and it is hugely important, I agree. In Jefferson's draft of the Declaration of Independence, he talks about, he leaves his harshest condemnation for the kings. He accuses him of keeping open the slave trade, keeping the colonists from limiting it, and he talks about how he's determined to keep open a market where men should be bought and sold, and he puts men in all caps, M-E-N, making no question of the fact that he views the slaves as men, as human beings, obviously including female slaves as well. This is a huge aspect of our history and our thought, and to go beyond that, I would argue that as much as, I agree with everything that's been said about the need to tell the good and the bad about our history, but I would also say that our founding generation probably did more to overcome and eliminate slavery in this country than any other one, except for the one that spilled blood during the Civil War.
Wouldn't that be an important story, I think, to tell especially our children?
I think it's a hugely important story.
All right, thank you. Dr. Harding, do you believe it is the role of the museum to objectively display the history of the United States, or subjectively interpret our past to shape the thoughts, beliefs, and understanding of future generations?
Thank you, sir. I believe that the role of the National Museum of American History, joined by many other history museums, is to present scholarly evidence based on objects, interpretation, and share those stories with the American people.
Do you believe it's important to show the entire story, the whole story, to present all sides?
You know, I think especially about the Revolution, if I may, we have a dozen exhibitions that include the founding era right now. 368 objects, 340 labels. George Washington is mentioned 54 times. You have to walk by a whole section on George Washington and the Kenneth Baring Hall of Military History to get to a 15-foot tall reproduction of the Declaration of Independence.
My time has expired. I yield back.